I'll be your tour guide for the next hour and a half. I do have a lot of information to share with you folks, so maybe hold off on questions till closer to the end of the tour. I'll probably answer a lot of your curiosities along the way. But if I don't get to something, certainly come up and ask me. I'd be happy to chat with you more. So we're actually going to loop around on the highway up to the top of the cliff wall there. That's our upper canyon area. And most of our animals live up there. We're in the lower canyon right now, and in addition to the Welcome Center where we all met up, there's also some administrative offices you'll see along the cliff wall there. And clearly some horses live here. This is Horse Haven headquarters, and we generally have about 40 horses here anytime. Some of them live down here in the lower canyon, and we'll see a few more at the end of the tour as we come down from up above.
Who owns that land over there?
I'm not certain of that.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a national park or...
Oh no, I think there's some state reservation land around, because that's Hog Canyon on the other side of that bluff there. So in addition to the horses, in that great big long building, we have 12 goats and sheep right now. And beyond them, in the alcove of the cliff, you'll see there's a few cabins. And those are actually available for rent. Some of our visitors do stay with us right here in Angel Canyon. But if you want to stay with us here, you got to make those reservations well in advance. They fill up pretty quickly. Now, along with Horse Haven, we also have Piggy Paradise. There are 23 potbelly pigs living with us right now. Oh, there's one right in the sun. Oh, a couple of them. And let me tell you, these are pampered piggies. They have heat and air conditioning in their cabins. We like to keep our pigs nice and comfortable. Now, if you want to learn more about the horses and pigs, we do have a tour on Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. I imagine you folks want to know how this all got started. Well, there was 27 best friends. They were all animal lovers, and they became really concerned about the number of homeless pets in the United States, so they decided to start their own little sanctuary near Prescott, Arizona. They started removing animals that were tougher to find homes from local shelters and rescues, and worked really hard on their own to find them homes. Now, any animal that proved really difficult to place, they brought into their own homes, and you can imagine that little sanctuary filled up pretty quickly. So in the early 80s, they started looking for a larger piece of land, and they heard that 3,000 acres were available here in Angel Canyon. They were so excited they started saving up their money, and by 1984 they had enough to make the down payment. That's when it all began. Now, over the years, they've collected a few more small parcels, and today the grand total is 3,700 acres. Makes it the largest animal sanctuary in the United States for domestic animals. We have about 1,600 animals here right now, mostly dogs and cats, but as you saw, we do have horses and pigs. There's also bunnies, parrots, and even wild animals. We have a small wildlife rehab on site as well. Now, you can imagine it takes a lot of folks to get all the work done around here. We have a staff of 400, and we rely heavily on our volunteers as well. We had almost 9,000 volunteers last year, and we just couldn't do it without all of them. Now, we do a lot of amazing life-saving work here, but we can't accomplish all of our goals right here in the canyon. So we have slowly evolved from an animal sanctuary to an animal society. We now have 300 outreach and advocacy workers across the country helping to get the word out and pull smaller shelters into our network. Because we have an ultimate goal. We'd like to have the entire United States no-kill by 2025. And we do think it's possible if we all work together. We don't think there's any reason why here in the United States an animal should be put to sleep just because it doesn't have a home. So we're going to get back onto the highway after this motorcycle parade. My goodness, good day for a ride. I'm a little jealous. And you probably want to know where all those animals come from. My goodness, 1,600 animals. Well, we do get hundreds of phone calls and requests every month for people wanting to bring their animals here. We've made quite a name for ourselves. And we can't accommodate all of those requests because our admissions do depend on available space and our desire to provide the best possible living situation for any animal that does come to live with us. So a few years ago, in order to expand our life-saving abilities, we started what's called the No More Homeless Pets Network. We now have about 1,800 different charities and welfare groups that are part of our network, and they get a lot of benefits for partnering with us. They can be part of our fundraisers, apply for life-saving grants, and occasionally we'll consult with them on a tougher case. And once in a while, we will pull an animal from one of those smaller shelters. Maybe they're getting overcrowded, they might have an animal with a severe injury or health concern that they can't take care of in a smaller shelter setting, or maybe they have an absolutely enormous dog. Sometimes those are pretty difficult to find a home for. So we'll take on some of those tough cases as a last chance placement here at the sanctuary. But we never give up on any animal that arrives here. We'll do our best to find them a home. But if not, they can spend the rest of their life here with us. We've had some animals live with us for 10 years and then they find their home. So we never give up on trying. You never know when that match is going to happen. And it's a really fun experience to watch it. Dogs often pick their people, and you'll see them lay down at someone's feet and you just know that's the match. We also happen to be the only animal welfare resource in the local area, so a lot of our animals come from surrounding towns and also Navajo Nation's reservations nearby. And so when we get one of those phone calls from far off, we can refer them to one of our network partners or empower them to find a resource that's a little closer to their home. And I want you folks to know our adoption rate is spectacular. We had 81% of our sanctuary animals adopted last year. It's about 1,100 animals right here in the canyon. 684 of them were dogs. And even more amazing than that, within our network, 84,000 animals were adopted last year. So we're doing a great job, but there's always more work to do. So I hope you folks will really enjoy this tour, and please pass on to others your experience, what you see and hear and learn here today about the work that we're doing. We need all the help we can get to work together and save them all. So we're heading up to our north entrance into the upper canyon, and this is where most of our staff and volunteers enter the sanctuary. It's closer to most of the animal areas, and we're going to go to Dogtown first. There's two sections to Dogtown. There's Old Dogtown, where we first started our work with the dogs, and we'll duck in there so I can show you some of the facilities. And then we'll head over to what's called Dogtown Heights, our new dog area, and we'll actually get out of the van and go into one of the buildings so you can see a little behind the scenes how the animals live. Now, we often have between 400 and 500 dogs here at any given time. And as we make our way through the sanctuary, you'll see that they each have one of 3 color-coded collars. If you see a dog with a green collar, they've been approved to interact with any visitor or volunteer. A dog with a purple collar is restricted to interacting with adults 18 and older. And sometimes it's something as simple as that dog jumps a lot. It's not really great for little kids. And if you do see a dog with a red collar, at least for now, that dog is restricted to interact only with staff. And it's a really great system because everybody knows at a quick glance if it's okay for them to approach a particular dog. Now, has anybody seen that show, Dogtown, that was on National Geographic a few years back? Yeah, so that was filmed right here. We're going to go into Old Dogtown. And most of our dogs still live behind headquarters. There's 25 lodges back there. Now, the headquarters building you'll see just in front of us when I make this turn, that's where you check in to volunteer after doing an orientation at the Welcome Center if you're interested in working with our dogs. You can see a few of the volunteers lining up right there. Now, coming up on our right, this big long building, that's called Tara's Run. And it's a place where we introduce dogs to new scenarios. Maybe they've never been inside of a house. That does happen, Alright, so remember, we're going to stand in the middle of the room, calm down. They're going to want the treats too. So the new features are skylights up top and also acoustic pianos. Now, if you're over there, it's much louder in here. Also, we have heated floors. It's nice and comfortable in cold nights. Something you'll notice is very different about here, this little shelter, is we often have more than one dog to run. We want them to be buddies and keep life nice and interesting. We'll take a long process of instruction to make sure it's a good fit before we leave them like that, but it also helps us open up some more space to save even more lives. Now, each run has ID cards, so you know who's in there. Sometimes there'll be some special notices about medications or cautions for volunteers to know before they enter the run. And there's also these green folders. Those are called life care plans. And that's something that we started with the Victory dogs, the dogs that came out of Michael Vick's trial. I'll tell you a little bit more about them later in the tour. But it works so good for them, we do it for every dog now. It keeps track of all their history and their behavior. We also write down things like how they do on walks, and volunteers get to sometimes take dogs for outings or sleepovers. It's really fun for the person, but it's great for the dog to have a break from this setting. And sometimes they'll act very differently in a hotel or a house than they do here, so we want to keep track of all of that. Now you can imagine with 400 or 500 dogs here, feeding time is quite a process. And if you have more than one dog in a run, you do need to feed them separately. Sometimes it's special nutrition or a special diet, and some dogs do kind of guard their bowl a little bit. So we'll put one dog outside, one inside. If there's even more than that, one dog will get fed in a crate. And you have to feel really comfortable in those crates. Some of these dogs now ride home and they have enough flight to be in the place they're going to live. So they need to feel really comfortable in those crates. We never use them for punishment or timeout or anything like that. All right, you folks want to go outside and meet one of these dogs? Yeah? All right. And you can notice on the way out, we have a board of recent adoptions. That's always fun to see the dogs that got their homes.
Let me get everybody on your way out. You guys are doing a good job. Oh, sorry.
Some dog treats really aren't that bad. I mean, we see some that look like frosted cookies, and it's like, you know, or oatmeal cookies with peanut butter on them. Like, as you can see. All right, so we're not going to, if we can actually make an opening there and make a little horseshoe, let's not approach the dog. The dog's usually pretty good at making rounds and coming around to everybody. Let's save kisses for the third date, all right? I don't want to see any faces real close to the dog. We bring pretty good dogs out to come see you, but we just don't want to get right up in their faces, okay? Oh, they're all saying, choose me, I want to go, I can do it. And that's a favorite game right there. They play chase up and down the fence all day. I can go faster than you. I can go faster than you.
This is Jarvis. You got that, didn't you? Oh, you just did. So what I want you guys to do is hold your treat like this. So you can show him that you have a treat. Get his attention, and basically you're going to ask him to, Jarvis. Nice. You'll hear me click, and then just flatten your hand and let him take it from your hand. He also knows shake. All right. Good job, buddy. Again, get his attention. Ask him to sit. And then you can either ask him to sit and then shake and give the treat, or you can do either or. So get his attention. Say Jarvis.
Sit. Shake.
Nice job.
Have it right there.
Says I got it. All right, you're up next. Get his attention. Ask him to.
Jarvis, sit, shake.
All right. He says, "Oh, I'll give you the other one since I missed." Jarvis. Right. Get his attention.
Jarvis.
Wait for it.
Sit.
Nice. Good job.
Jarvis. Sit.
Jarvis.
Jarvis, hi bud. Jarvis, sit.
Jarvis. 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 Jarvis, come here. Sit. Good boy.
Jarvis, Jarvis, hey. Sit, shake. Good boy.
Alright. Nice job, Jarvis.
Hey, Jarvis.
He's a little on the
Sit.
thin side, so you guys are helping me with the treats.
Jarvis, Jarvis, sit. Sit. Jarvis. Here, over here. Sit. Good boy.
Nice job.
Good boy.
Jarvis, sit.
Nice job.
Good boy.
He's like, I like this game. Jarvis. Jarvis. Sit. Good boy. Nice job.
Jarvis. Shake. Sit. Shake.
All right. Now you're making me look good, Jarvis.
Sit. Shake.
All right.
Jarvis. Jarvis.
Jarvis is about 5 years old.
Shake.
He's a chocolate lab mix. Came to us from Ivins, Utah.
Jarvis. Sit.
Lives with one other female. Good dog skills.
Jarvis.
He just has a little bit of a prey drive. Meaning he kind of likes to go after lizards and Right. Did everybody get to give Jarvis a treat? Okay, we're coming around for some love. He says, I love love. You need to get him a little jacket that says, you know, I love love.
Look at that smile.
Is he good with other dogs?
He is. He'll be a little selective sometimes, but he's lived with male and female. So.
You're fine.
Now you said you're trying to get some more weight on him, so you're giving him a lot of food and he's not. And
We
just
just
wearing it
upped
off.
his food and he's out there running around like a madman. So a little extra treats on the tour will help. We increased his food. He's just very active. He's not emaciated or anything like that. He's just showing a little bit on the ribs.
Anybody really like to hike and need a companion for that?
Nice job, Jarvis.
Any questions for Hayden about how the dogs live? Or?
Any questions for Jarvis?
Now, how long has he been here? How long has Jarvis been here?
Not long. He was adopted and returned. I'm not sure of the situation, but they weren't able to keep him.
I was going to say, he seems like such a nice dog. I'm surprised he's not gone.
In no time. I did the math, and the average is about 3 months before they get adopted.
What's that room just to the right when you walk in?
This side room right here?
Yeah.
That's a single dog run.
Oh, okay.
For a dog that's not very active and that can't live with other dogs. Spanky has seizures, so he can't live with other dogs. And we have a dog that doesn't like to run around, just kind of couch potato, lies around all day. It's got a short run. We're a special kid. Kind of like a short bus, but it's a short run. He'd be mad at me if he knew I said that. He's actually really smart. Well, thank you guys very much. I hope you guys enjoy your stay. Thanks for the help with Jarvis.
Bye, Jarvis.
Come on, buddy. Who do you got, Lauren?
And if you didn't get enough dog time, you can certainly come back and volunteer.
Oh.
So thanks for helping out.